In the end, I want to just share one incident that happened a couple of years ago when I was going for a jalsa in the country named Suriname. It refers not only to Khilafat, but what we're talking about today, how we as a Jamaat are truly blessed, how we as individuals are so fortunate to be in this Jamaat, and how we are protected by truly holding fast to the rope of Khilafat, ourselves and our families, if we do so. I was sent to Suriname to attend their jalsa. And when I reached the airport, the missionary and a few others came to pick me up. It was early in the morning, but it was getting too late for us to offer Fajr prayer in the mission house, which was about an hour drive away. So along the way, he said, let's stop in one mosque and we'll pray there and then keep on going, offer our Fajr prayer. Finally, we reached this place and we all got out, and it was getting quite light, so we rushed and quickly went and made our wudu and into the mosque. And missionary, he went to the front and the rest of us lined up behind him. And we began offering our Fajr prayer. I noticed as he was praying, someone came to my left side and stood next to me. I couldn't obviously turn and look who it was, but I felt the presence of somebody who wasn't in our party. And as soon as the prayer was over, and we said our salam right and left, the person who was sitting, who had come on my left side, immediately jumped up and rushed forward to greet the Imam and embraced him and hugged him and was so happy, elated. I didn't understand who was this person. He must know the Imam. And then he pointed at me and a few others, and they were having a conversation, and finally he moved aside. So I asked the Imam, said, who is this person? Well, was he an Ahmadi, a member? He said, no, he's not an Ahmadi. He's the caretaker of this mosque. So I said, no, why was he so excited? So he was pointing toward you and asking, are you an Arab or somebody? Who's come here? He said, no, he's just one of our guests. But I said, Imam, Maulana Sahib still doesn't explain why he was so excited. He said he was so excited because no one comes and prays in that mosque. And for him, it was like an Eid day. The whole year, hardly anyone comes to pray in his mosque. And I said, Maulana Sahib, who is this man? He said he's a Lahori Muslim. And I was completely stunned with the revelation that those who claimed that they were going to supersede Khilafat through a society that's going to take over this Jamaat, this is where they have fallen. At the same time, it made me realize what blessing we truly have by holding on to Khilafat. We also have the challenge of not becoming that mosque in our future. When I finally reached Suriname, I said, Maulana Sahib, I would like to go see the center of the Lahori Ahmadi Muslim community here. Because now I'm interested, I'm curious, what does this group look like? I've heard there's a strong center in Suriname. So when Jalsa was over, he took me there. We pulled into their gate, and the person saw him and beckoned him to come inside. And he was also quite happy to see our missionary. And again, I said, what's going on? He says, oh, he knows me very well. He's a friend. I said, okay. We got out of the car. We went inside to their place, their mosque. It's a huge building. It's a beautiful building, 2 stories. Climbed the stairs and went up to their prayer hall. And there, they had a main hall and then some stairs leading to a small hall. And I asked, well, who prays in that small hall behind? He said, that's where the women go and pray. I said, okay, fine. You know, they're all together, but at least they're praying. Then I asked him, when is their prayer time? Again, with my last experience, I wanted to know, okay, are they going to rush in now, or when is the prayer? He said, Azhar Haneef Sahib, look on the wall. It tells you when their prayer is. I looked on the wall, and I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. It said, weekly prayer, And here is the day. Out of the entire week, the congregation prays one time, and that was it. And you would think as a Muslim, if they're going to pray as a Muslim group one time, what day would that be? You say at least it has to be Jummah. But it wasn't even Jummah, it was Thursday night. Or you say Jumu'at. Thursday night. Again, the second revelation, I was stunned that how was it possible? The entire week no one comes, they made it like a church. Come one time on Thursday night and you're done. Whether you come or not, no one's going to ask you, no one's going to care. And again, this is a group that was challenging us and saying they have the true understanding of Khilafat. But losing Khilafat, abandoning Khilafat, I then went down and asked, who are their leaders? Where are their people? And he said, the women hardly wear parda, their children are involved in drugs and dating and outside relations. Their imam is known in this country, in this city, as a person who sings beautiful nazms and ghazals and all these kind of things, but nothing else. And the whole community is fragmented and disconnected as a community. Brothers and sisters, that opened my eyes to realize, again, what blessing we have. But what challenge we have now. We're sitting here today saying, alhamdulillah, we're Ahmadis. We're connected to Khilafat. We're sitting here thinking what we just heard. We're not going to get involved in drugs and alcohol and all those things. We're not going to live a lavish lifestyle. But didn't they think the same thing 100 or so years ago? That our children will be fine, we'll stay strong, we'll build beautiful mosques, we'll keep them full. But unless they stayed true to Khilafat, it wasn't possible for them, and it will not be possible for us. America will creep into us, our mosque will be empty, our kids will be gone, we'll be on all the same intoxicants, living a wonderful lifestyle, be known by all kinds of things but our Islam. And so, alhamdulillah, today, at this moment, let us thank Allah Almighty. Let us end this session reflecting deeply on what we heard. And let us beg Allah in our prayers throughout these days that, oh Allah, protect us and our families and our communities and our future generations, never to lose our connection with Khilafat and the spirit of Islam. And please do beg this in prayer for each other, for without prayer, I don't see how we can avoid drugs in America. Without prayer, I don't see how we can avoid our kids falling into the trap of alcohol or going into the dating or going into anything out here, gambling, whatever it may be. And without prayer, we may lose the connection with Khilafat and make him just a figurehead instead of a spiritual leader. So let us end our day and begin our day thanking God and praying for this power and strength. And may Allah have mercy on us all and keep us in this spiritual path.